The rubber band in motion. I'm taking you back to March. You're looking at Bond Edge, the outright. I find this to be beautiful. I find this to be a bit artistic. Let's follow the rubber band. Right now, where we're going to start will be from this point. From that very point. Which, if I hover my mouse, as you can see, it's the end of March. So what is the rubber band? Is the relationship between the red line that you see here, and perhaps the yellow line. These two lines, and I'm just going to call them lines for the time being, but these two lines up here that you may see, or in this case you may see them together over here. Okay, so this is one part of the rubber band. Imagine you're just holding onto that rubber band with your left hand, and then with your right hand you grab the other end of the rubber band, which for this example will be the blue line and the white line over here or over here. Okay, so let's just go along with that example. As we can see here, the rubber band is getting stretched. The white line and the blue line are below the red line and the yellow line. So the rubber band is being stretched. It got stretched, and then it got stretched too far, and it's like, nope, I'm coming back up. The moment that the blue line and the white line close the distance, close the gap, and meet again with the red line in this case, and later with the yellow line, we consider that the rubber band stretching and then snapping back. However, note that the rubber band could stretch the other way around too. So let's follow this. This following week, what happened? The rubber band also got stretched. Notice that these blue and white lines are down here, but yet the red line is up here. And it continues getting stretched. Following week, they start out very tight. Again, they stretch, but then that rubber band is just way too stretched and it gets some revenge. Look at this. It moves swiftly up. The rubber band snaps back, and now it is stretching the other way, where the white line and the blue line are above the other two lines. So we had a few weeks of the rubber band being stretched to the downside. Well, guess what? Now it's turn for the rubber band to be stretched to the upside. Notice this week. Notice this period. That was two weeks in a row. Then look what follows. A week of the rubber band being stretched in the other direction. Boom and boom. Getting some more of that stretch. Some consolidation. And then it swings the other way. Swings the opposite way. And as you can tell, folks, this is all just about a rubber band being stretched in one direction or another. Eventually, the rubber band gets pulled downward, and once it can't take it enough, it snaps back. This is a perfect rubber band example. The transition from the period that we just saw right here, this period, versus this period right here. That's pure rubber band trade. And even though these other weeks may not look like they're that exciting, in all actuality, for just one contract of UB, for example, this is moving $2,000 down. It's moving up 2,500. So if it went from minus 2,000 to plus 2,000, that's a $4,000 move on a one lot in UB. So it may look small, but remember, these things move. Here's another stretch. The red and the yellow up here. The white and the blue all the way down here. So how do you trade this? Well, if you would like to bet on the rubber band being stretched out in a case like this, where the red and the yellow lines, which is in this case the short end of the curve, they're going to stay up here, or at least that's your theory, and you believe that the white line or the blue line will move down, then, I mean, it's pretty simple. You just buy one of these and sell one of these at the beginning of the week. If your thesis is that the rubber band is going to stretch in that direction. If your thesis is the opposite, for example, let's use the week that follows as an example. Let's say that now, after a successful week where you were right, you think that it's going to flip. So what do? Well, you sell the red or you sell the yellow, and you buy one of the other ones. So if you had done that at the beginning of the week started, and you probably would have been a little sad because the position was going against you. You know, since you sold one of the red or the yellow and purchased one of the blue or the white, but the blue and the white went down by like $1,400, your position would have been down a bit. But then it materializes, and it materializes in a big way. For one lot in the white line, that's 7,600 at the peak. These didn't really move. So there you go, folks. That is the rubber band trade. Sometimes the rubber band does not appear to be moving that much, but it is most definitely in constant motion. And I encourage you to take time looking for these patterns, so that you may recognize, first of all, is there a rubber band? How should I trade it? How should I play this? And is it worth the risk? What would you do right here? I know what I would do. Do you? Bond Edge, Masters in Trading. This is Pablo Lucena signing off.